Hey everybody, Run This 342 here with another Warframe gameplay, and we're going to be checking out the new Nezha update as well as her new Deluxe skin. It's been a while since I made any videos. The only major update I've seen since Revenant's reveal was Nezha Remastered as well as the skin. Currently, while you're hearing this video, I am watching the dev stream. I've been super busy as well as I had a little vacation out with the lady. So it was quite relaxing, but just keep in mind that YouTube is not my main source of income. So don't really expect me to pump out videos as much as any other YouTube Warframe content creator, because I don't really rely on YouTube at all for income. It's just something fun to do. It's like a hobby. But let's get down to Nezha. I got the page here open with all her abilities. I just read through them, and I really feel that Nezha is going to be a lot of fun to play now with this rework. There's been a lot of quality of life changes. All of her abilities, well, all of his abilities, I keep getting that confused. All of his abilities have been, like the cast animation has been reduced, which is good. But something that you will notice without casting anything is the health and shield of this Warframe. Based off the notes of the of Nezha's revisited page, I'll have that linked in the description below. You could read it at your leisure. I'll just read it out to all of you here. Increase the max rank health from 225 to 375. So Nezha had his health buffed. However, decreased max rank shields from 225 to 150. So your health may have been buffed up, but your shields have been nerfed down. So it's to balance it out. So now Nezha has more health overall than shields, but it's not that big of a deal, and you'll understand why as I read these abilities updated. Especially for those of you who don't really play Nezha or don't have this Warframe, you'll see this Warframe is a tank, which is good. I never really expected it to be a tank. I always think of Rhino, Valkyr, and Chroma as the tanks of the game, but Nezha is a tank as well. I don't really play Nezha that much, so this is a surprise to me as well. So let's go over the first ability and, in general, all of the other abilities. So Firewalker, the first ability, changed from a channeling ability to duration-based. Why? As a channeled ability, keeping Firewalker active would block all energy regeneration. Making the ability a single cast with a long moddable duration solves that problem, encouraging more frequent use. So what does this mean? Geez, I keep getting that confused. His first ability, Firewalker, is when you would cast it and you would just walk around and there's fire under your feet. And it's not really an ability that has a timer on it. Once you use it, your energy starts to drain until you're out of energy. You can obviously stop the cast by pushing the ability button again, but that kind of, what they're trying to say is that since there's no timer, you can keep it on for as long as you want, and you won't really gain any energy while you have the ability active. So instead, what they did is, once you activate the ability, Nezha will jump, and then the ability is active, so when you're walking or running, whatever you're doing, mostly running, you'll be leaving a trail of fire. So your feet will be on fire, and you'll be creating a path of fire. So now instead of it being a duration base, so you just click the button and it just keeps going, well, a channeling base, sorry. Now it's a duration. So before, you just click the button and then you constantly run out of energy until you click your ability button again to stop it. Now all you have to do is click the ability. You have the ability running, but you're on a timer, just like any other time-based ability, duration-based. Once the timer runs out, your ability's done. So that's the change with the first ability. Now moving on from my confusing conversation here. The cast animation changed to a small hop that doesn't restrict movement. Like I said, when you cast the Firewalker ability, which is his first ability, your Warframe will jump and you have the ability on. That's simple. And so you don't have to toggle it again to turn it off. It automatically turns off because it's on a timer, unlike before. So let's move on to the CHAKRAM, what's on Nezha's back. Blazing CHAKRAM, your second ability. Cast animation has been sped up and no longer restricts movement. There you go. Enemies hit with a disc are marked for a moddable duration. So if they're marked, they'll be marked depending on the amount of duration you put on your Warframe. So here it is, marked for moddable duration, greatly increasing the damage they take from all sources. Marked enemies have a chance to drop energy orbs. So they're marked based, and they stay marked for as long as you have, depending on how much duration you have on Nezha, and they take increased damage from anything. Weapons, abilities, explosives near them that you may blow up. Damage increased. Okay, now why? Why? Adds great team value to Nezha's kit. Increasing damage helps all allies, and energy orbs enable frequent recasting. So just more energy for you in general. So it's a nice thing for Nezha. Who would have guessed? And apparently, this ability actually caused a healing pulse, which I never knew. I never noticed it, and this is why. Killing enemies while they are marked will now produce healing orbs. You get energy orbs as well, instead of a current healing pulse. Isn't that something? Why? The current radial heal is invisible and very small, usually only benefiting players in melee range. Wow. Most players don't even know it's there, like me. Health orbs make the result more visible while introducing other mod synergies. Good improvement. I had no idea blazing chakrams, once you kill an enemy, causes a healing pulse on Nezha. No idea. I don't even know where the Nezha player is when I'm playing with one. So, hey. Alright, next thing, moving on. Increase the number of targets the disc will try to hit before recalling. That's good. And improve some causes of faulty lock-on targeting. Alrighty. Interesting. Added a charged throw, causing the chakram to fly straight forwards and backwards, dealing extra damage to enemies in its path. Cool. Now why? Why did they do that? For a consistent flight path unaffected by a lock-on targeting, use the new charge throw. Great for hallways. Okay, so you're throwing like a frisbee going back and forth. Okay, I gotta actually test that out. You probably see that in the gameplay. If not, you'll just be seeing me displaying Nezha's Deluxe skin. I'm gonna try to make this all-in-one video. So now let's move on to let me step back here. We're not done with the with the blazing chakram, because we all know that you can teleport using this ability. So it says here, teleporting will no longer cancel Firewalker. So your first ability, you can keep it going, and you can teleport with the blazing chakram at the same time. So since your first ability isn't, draining your energy anymore, it's just a cast and it has a timer, you could use your second ability, the blazing chakram, to teleport while you still have your first ability, Firewalker, active. So more distance you can cover with your Firewalker ability. That's what it sounds like. Alright, Warding Halo. This is what makes Nezha a tank. Now the HUD now shows a custom counter indicating how much damage absorption is left, instead of a simple percentage. So you see how much damage you have, it will be shown in the HUD right above your abilities. Now this is what they say about Warding Halo, the third ability. Warding Halo not only blocks 90% of damage taken, while still blocking status effects and other procs. It's really good. Now why did they do this change? This is why. When considering Nezha's revamp kit, he is excellent at mitigating enemy damage. It's true. Firewalker and Divine Spears offer great area and crowd control. Blazing Chakram offers healing and self-sustain, and his outstanding movement can make the player a hard target to hit. In this context, Warding Halo's 100% damage resistance was completely overshadowing his other options. Why would you crowd control or heal if you never take any damage? Makes sense, right? So, with 90% damage resistance, Nezha is still very capable of tanking, but encouraged to rely on his other tools to avoid getting overwhelmed. Taking minimal health damage allows for synergy with Blazing Chakram, healing orbs, not to mention new modding avenues like Equilibrium. Health conversion and various arcanes. The change also allows us to improve survivability in other ways, such as increased health pool and major Warding Halo quality of life buffs listed below. Now let's see what are these quality of life buffs. Damage absorption and vulnerability phase now begins as soon as you cast the ability. The animation is also sped up, so increased speed of your animation. Increased incoming damage multiplier during invulnerability. Damage absorption multiplier also now scales with power strength. Wow, there you go. More power. When the health of the warding halo runs out, it will do an AoE heat stats effect and give you a short period of invulnerability. Cool. Why? This gives the player precious time to react, helping survivability while controlling the enemies immediately around you. Your next warding halo can be recast during this window to ensure you're always protected. Stay protected, my friends. So, now Divine Spears. The 4th ability. Two simple updates on this ability. Sped up the cast slam animations while removing the mandatory slam at the end of the spear's duration. Slam can still be triggered manually. So it's your 4th ability where you impale all the enemies around you and they're stun locked. If you push the button again, they'll be slammed to the ground, and depending how strong your ability is, they may end up dead or they may just survive and get back up with a chunk of health gone. That's what this ability is. So the last update here is hitting a speared enemy with blazing CHAKRAM produces a second CHAKRAM which fires at nearby enemies. So you spear them off Divine Spears while they're all impaled. You hit them with a CHAKRAM, which is your second ability. As it bounces to all their enemies, a second one will appear. So you have 2 CHAKRAMs hitting all the enemies. That sounds like a lot of fun, to be honest. So those are all the abilities that Nezha has updated. The skin is awesome. There's a dragon behind Nezha, which is pretty neat. But let's clean it up with the final thing that they did to Nezha. They updated his sounds. So Nezha's sounds have been remastered, adding new auditory cues for important moments, such as your blazing CHAKRAMs returning to you, or your warding halo running out of health. So you'll hear something when you run out of health with your warding halo, which is your tanking ability. As well as you will know when your CHAKRAM it returns back to you, essentially. So those are the changes that have been brought out with Nezha, as well as the awesome Deluxe skin. Now that's it for the Nezha video. I'm still going to talk about a few more things, since I haven't really posted a video in a month. Besides this, and what I'm about to see in the dev stream, and then I said that they released a new glaive, or they're going to release a new glaive, but there hasn't been really anything amazing happening right now in Warframe. It's kind of like a little content drought they're having, but it's understandable since Fortuna's on, it's about to get here. Pretty sure it's coming out either next month in October, which is tomorrow, since the day I'm recording this video, or in November. So it's obvious that the whole team is working their butts off on this specific content because it's huge. It's a massive update. But that's going to be released. I'm also waiting for the hoverboards, which is also going to be released, hopefully before Fortuna. So probably this month. Well, the month of October, though we'll get the hoverboards. But besides Fortuna and the hoverboards, there's nothing else I'm waiting for. So usually I create videos when a new update comes out, something that catches my eye, like Fortuna or the hoverboards. That will definitely spark a video immediately. But there hasn't been much of anything. We had the Plague Star event going on. It's still going on since this video. I already collected everything I needed. I don't really need to do that event. All I've really been doing is, once I played Nezha, it's a new rework, and finished maxing out my Revenant Warframe, there was nothing much for me to do. So I just spent time playing other things and getting on Ark Survival. But yeah, that's where I had been. I had vacation, and there wasn't really much amazing things for me to report on. But I do apologize for the very long wait for those of you who really look up to watching my videos. But I'm here. I haven't gone anywhere. But yeah, that's all I have to report in. We have the new Nezha update, revisited. It's been already a few, probably days or weeks right now. But Nezha's been changed. But that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm RunThis342, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.